We have let another people's spirit take possession of our bodies and take possession of our minds. When we speak, it is not with our African voice. It is with the voice of that demonic presence that uses our lips to speak its own language. Yes. Yes, and we have to recognize this. We are possessed. And if we are to transform ourselves and to transform that the nature of our relationship with those who are our masters, we must engage in an exorcism and clear the devils out of our minds. And at this time, then, it'll pay you to read a little bit about demonic possession. And we have to be demonically possessed. Because if we talk about black-on-black violence, self-defeating behavior, self-destructive behavior, then we could not be possessed by a beautiful and wonderful God. We must be possessed by a demon. It's interesting to look at the literature on possession. We have a couple of types of possession. One is called a somnambulistic possession. Somnambulistic. Soma, in this instance, having to do with sleep. You hear it in the word sominex. Ambulistic, to move around. Ambulatory, right? So we're talking about people who are what? Sleepwalking. They're not awake, but they're walking around. The body is moving and it is walking in an organized fashion and walking systematically, but the person is still asleep. And in somnambulistic possession, then, the individual's original self has been repressed and displaced, and the spirit, and he identifies with the spirit that possesses him. And his I and the spirit's I are one and the same. We have a lot of that here today. Where the spirit that has been implanted in us, we have taken to be us, and we've identified with it. That is why in defending ourselves, we end up defending the people who rule over us. In defending our ego, we end up maintaining the social structure that has destroyed our ego to begin with. And you see it in our youngsters who will fight and kill in the name of respect, and fight because their egotistic orientation has been insulted. And therefore, in defending their ego, they do not kill the people who destroyed their ego. They kill each other and maintain the ones who destroyed them in the first place in power. And that's why the subtitle of my book, Black on Black Violence, was Black Self-Annihilation in Service of White Domination. We are killing each other in order to maintain this system. We have let ourselves become possessed by a spirit such that when we become aggressive, we aggress against the self instead of those who are the source of our aggressive orientation. We talk a lot as a people about self-hatred. Self-hatred is a personality configuration. It is a form of personality organization. It is an orientation toward the world and toward oneself. Self-hatred, then, is the white man's greatest protection against being destroyed by the black man. To a good extent, self-hatred is the white man's defense mechanism. is the white man's form of self-defense. How can we say that? To a great extent, one function of the personality is to direct energy, to direct aggression, to channel aggression and energy and wishes and impulses in particular directions, to organize feelings, to organize energy, to achieve certain ends. Those things that we hate, often then when we are angry or hostile, we aggress against them, don't we? We attack them often. We destroy them. Then we have a problem, don't we? If we attack the things we hate, if we attack the things toward which we hold hostility, when we are overly frustrated and when we are angry, then what happens if that thing we hate is ourselves? It means then, ladies and gentlemen, that when we become frustrated and angered as a people, when we are overwrought by feelings of hostility, and our self-hating personality seeks to channel that hostility and channel that aggression, it's going to channel the aggression right back on to the self, because that's the thing we hate most. So consequently, Black anger then becomes a conduit for Black self-destruction, for Black self-defeat. The object of our hostile, aggressive feelings becomes ourselves. And you can see then how the white man is protected by that personality structure, right? While he stokes our anger, while he stokes our hostility, while he stokes our frustration, and while we get mad and we want to strike out, when we decide to strike out and aggress, we strike out and aggress against the self. And by doing so, he is left untouched and unscathed. And therefore, our self-hatred becomes his principal means of defending himself. And
what is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. What's going on? Shouts out to Matron in the building. Appreciate Matron in the building. Shouts out to Considera in the building. Rome in the bush. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming on here. And if y'all want to come on here, because I'd rather for y'all to come on here on anything you want to say, just let me know and I'll drop the link. And I'll kind of let y'all celebrate the holidays in peace. Another year or decade or millennia in the same situation. But at the end of the day, we get way too comfortable. But at some point in time, we're gonna have to start looking in the mirror, right? And something has to be done. You know what I'm saying? So, and I could have came on here, but I didn't. I was like, I'm not gonna do it because I didn't even want to talk about anything negative, right? So going forward, though, I want to try to do more constructive things. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still talk about what's going on and stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to do more constructive things and on and off of here. So you know what I'm saying? I would definitely want to get it together. You know what I'm saying? What up, RBG? So so this one, you know what I'm saying, like I just want to let you know, and then I'm gonna just show y'all some of the stuff that while I haven't even been on here, just like how quick all of these things happen, because they never sleep against us. We just want to be comfortable and celebrate the good holidays and peace with the days off and all of that stuff, but there is no such thing as days off. I hate to be the bearer of bad news and break it to you, but so I'll just show y'all a couple things, and then If y'all want to come on here about any of these things, you know what I'm saying, let me know. Let me see. All right, hold on. It's already about to start messing up. Let me try it one more time. Because I definitely don't want to be on here super late. All right. Yeah, yo, just some of the things that, I was seeing. Yeah, for some reason, every time I share it, it mess up. Um, yeah, so and definitely I got to pick another way to get on here because for some reason this joint mess up every time we come on here, and it don't mess up no other time. But um, should be working now. All right. Now I didn't know about this. I didn't hear about this. Uh, it's called Black Sugar, like what sugar companies is doing, and it sounds like it could be somewhere else, but damn, but it's not. Hold on, I think it's about to mess up again. It's definitely messing up. All right, so give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Every time I come on here, it just like start going crazy. So I'm definitely not gonna be. I think that's the point too. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing don't freeze up like this at all. When I'm not on here. All right, I'll try it one more time. Yeah, I know. They be kicking me off of here and everything, but it's all good. That means I'm on the right track.
I am from Belgrade, and I am definitely known to the black ash that goes around. Now,
All right, so
my name is Enchanted Soul. If you didn't know, there is a small town known as Belgrade that's located in the deep south of Florida where your best sugar is produced. In this small town, we have sugar factories where basically we go through this season of burning sugar from the months of May to around June in order to produce and sell sugar all across the nation, right? You have your sugar companies such as Florida Crystals and US Sugars that produces these sugars within this small community. These sugars is known to produce billions of dollars and to generate over 40 millions of dollars a year. Sounds good, right? And the sugar cane is around. Not only does black ash affects us, but we also are affected by pollution on a major scale.
all right,
Get
so
this black
this
ash that
just
produces a
sister lived there.
smell of like it's burning rubber. I am from Belgrade, and I am definitely known to the black ash that goes around. Not only does black ash affects us, but we also are affected by pollution
Like,
on a
and you know how he was talking about like that possession stuff because they do it like water, air, food, everything you digest, everything you consume, you know what I'm saying? And I think this is some of the video of what it looked like down there is when they burning sugar. Now they're making billions of dollars. Of course they do this kind of stuff in certain neighborhoods, which causes, you know what I'm saying, issues, birth issues, and all of that. So that's what it looked like. They like straight block out the sun and everything. And And the crazy thing is, like, cause I didn't know Belle Glade, but I do know it was like another, they called it different, back way back, like Palm something, And this is like I'm pretty sure y'all seen this clip before, but this is the same city, you know what I'm saying? Where they do this at, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, it's generational stuff that we gonna have to start addressing,
The 2 to 3 millions move out on their annual migration, which ends in late November. They carry with them whatever little they possess, whatever little they are. At the Okeechobee labor camp, while families were preparing to move north, there was still some work in the bean fields. Children, as usual, were left to fend for themselves.
Jerome, how old are you?
9.
9. Do you go to school?
Yes.
Where do you go to school, Jerome?
I did at Okeechobee Elementary School.
I see. What is your sister's name?
Lois,
That's Lois. And what are your other sisters' names?
Catherine, and Beulah.
Catherine and Beulah. What happened to your foot, Jerome?
Dig a nail in out there by the wash house.
So you drove a nail in out by the wash house. What did your mother do for that?
She put some alcohol on it
Where do you sleep, Jerome?
in his bed.
You have this big bed?
Yes.
What happened? How did you get that hole in that bed there, Jerome?
The rats.
The what?
Rats.
Now, Jerome, you are taking care of Kathy, of Beulah, and Lois.
Yes.
Now, are you going to give them lunch today?
Yes.
What are you going to feed them?
I don't know.
Do you have any food here to give them?
Yes.
I see. What time does your mother come home?
I don't know.
The following day, Aline King, the mother of Jerome, Kathy, Lois, and Beulah, again was picking beans.
Aileen King, I saw your children yesterday at the Okeechobee camp. Why didn't you put them in the nursery?
I don't make enough to pay for it.
How much does it cost to put them in?
85 cents.
85 cents.
That's right.
Aileen, what time did you come out the field this morning?
6 o'clock.
What time will you get home?
About 3:30, 4 o'clock.
6 this morning to 4 o'clock this afternoon.
That's right.
How much did you earn?
$1.
$1?
That's right. $1.
Is that because the beans were of poor quality?
That's right.
Has this happened before?
That's right.
How much will your food cost you today?
About $2.
Aileen, how old are you?
29.
How many children do you have?
14.
How old were you when you first started working in the fields?
8.
You've been working 21 years in the fields?
That's right.
Aileen, do you ever think you'll be able to get out of this kind of work?
No, sir.
All the migrants
All
traveled.
right, so yeah, and that's back in the day. But as the years go by, you know what I'm saying, and you do the same thing over and over.
First category
Once you
is
see, I guess you don't even need this dude's voice, I guess. But this is the city, what it looks like today after all these years. So
well, let me tell you up.
Let me see. All right. So this is the hospital there. Again, see. It's the hospital here. This is like the area where you see black people living at. Same damn thing almost. The slums. So that's like, all of the years since that situation happened, since that first video. But anyway, now I want to show this right now. This one, I'm not going to because like I said, I didn't want to even come on here and talk about like negative stuff. So now all of it is negative. But, I had to show this one because it brings up so many different conversations that, you know what I'm saying, is going to be important, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of us, we'll talk about the youth, but we can't just ignore the reasons why they are like they are, or we'll keep producing more of the same thing over and over if we don't start looking at ourselves like, how are we still in this situation? How is all of this stuff still going over and over? And then there's a lot of conversations that a lot of people is just uncomfortable and really don't want to have. Now, this sister here, you know what I'm saying, got shot, and I know what a lot of other, they're always gonna be like, oh, it is her fault kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? But this brings up so many different things that we have talked about, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Has released the body cam footage of the shooting death of a Lancaster woman.
Okay. Give Cassandra the link real quick, y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's time to start, looking in the mirror. And Matron, or whoever, RBG or whatever, because it's there's other things too. I want to show y'all, because that was just to kind of, all right, there go the link. That was just to kind of show you. But this whole conversation with this sister is a whole conversation that need to be had, you know what I'm saying, because even I know that one thing that we gonna do as Black people is we gonna talk, you know what I'm saying? But even our conversations need to be more productive. Even though, of course I agree, like, we need to know what's going on. That's why I even show like a lot of the stuff that I show and the things I find interesting. But also a lot of important conversations around us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these years go by and we just still want to be comfortable and enjoy ourselves and our time off, so yeah, I'll let Cassandra come on. Let me see. All right, good. 1 second. Because I'm interested to hear what she had to say about this whole situation in itself. Because, Cassandra talked to her. She tried to do something about it, and she's a sister. And I think that we all have roles and responsibilities in our community. But as long as we're like doing the things that we're doing, it's just not making sense, All right, so I'm gonna show this, and then when she come up here, I'm gonna let her go in. But yeah, I'm interested in your opinion about what happened to this sister here. Let's see.
27-year-old Niani Finlayson was killed by a deputy after she called 911 to report that her ex-boyfriend had tried to strangle her.
And Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher is live in the newsroom with a shocking new video on this story. Michelle?
Well, David and Giovanna, a little more than 3.5 weeks ago, this fatal deputy shooting occurred. The Sheriff's Department today releasing the 911 audio and that body camera footage from the December 4th incident in the name of transparency. A warning that the footage you're going to see may be disturbing to some.
27-year-old Niani Finlayson shot and killed by an LA County Sheriff's deputy. The fatal encounter coming after she'd been the one to call them for help minutes earlier.
Yes, hello. I need the police here. This man, he won't get out of my house now.
Finlayson heard.
All right, see, and that's one thing, and that's something that Cassandra talks about, you know what I'm saying, like, where we try to get like brothers to do, because obviously, right, this sister in whatever situation. Oh yeah, okay, it's all good. Yeah, you can come up. Oh, hold on, I don't even think it's in there. Oh damn, hold on, the link ain't even in there. I put it in there. It's not. I don't know if it's in there or not. Oh, I see. Okay. I got you. Let me do it this way then. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see. She blocked it instead of coming on here. I got you. Hold on, give me 1 second so I can fix it and put the link in there, y'all. All right, my bad. All right, let me put the link in there now. Well, she's. All right, here we go. Yeah, that was my other channel. Yeah, they got to delete it. All right, the link should be in there now. All right, yeah. What's going on, Cassandra?
Lord, I don't know what I pushed. Sorry, y'all. Come on here acting special. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know how I did that. But how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Good. Pressing the wrong buttons, but I do apologize, you guys. Sorry. But yeah, I'm looking at that and I'm hearing what you're saying, but let's look at today. Whose fault is it today? I can understand that right there, okay? And then I look at how our ancestors, they separated us, right? From all of this. But what did we do? We went back to Egypt and we got back up under people and we slapped our ancestors in the face because we didn't want our own businesses. We didn't want our own homes. We didn't want our own schools. We wanted theirs because theirs was newer. Not understanding that all we had to do was keep investing in our own and guarantee you ours would have been better than theirs. But we thought that we knew better than our ancestors, slapped them in the face and got back up under them. And now we're still at the bottom. Everybody steps on top of us and get to where they need to be, except us. Tell me why. Because God didn't tell us to come together with them. Read Deuteronomy 7. And I'm just telling you what the problem is. He didn't tell us to vote. They'll tell you every year, oh, your ancestors died for you to vote. They didn't die for us to vote for them. They didn't die for us to vote. They died for our freedom, period. Black Wall Street wasn't built on voting. Black Wall Street was built on us coming together and building together. Our schools, look at our children in these schools, their schools. Our children didn't used to act or look the way they and talk and act the way they do today. What happened? We thought that we was going to give our children's brains to our enemies. And that's what we did because we thought, oh, they're going to, but they weren't even treating you right. But you thought they was going to teach your children something? Are we losing our damn minds here or what? This makes no sense. I cannot make sense. And you know what? You ask Black folk to build, to support each other, and they look at you like you got the problem. You know what? Y'all can sit there. I'm going to build. I'm going to do my part. Because everybody here that's listening to the sound of my voice has their own part. Do your part so that we can be free, so that we can help us to be free. They're not going to free us. They hoping and praying you don't get it. They're hoping and praying you keep voting for them for nothing. They're hoping and praying. I read that thank you letter to you. Remember that? Remember that letter that I read? Yeah. They said thank you for still trusting us, even though we've lied to you several times. They said, thank you for not building. Thank you for not creating your own schools. Thank you for trusting us with your babies. This is what they said. And we're still doing the same stuff, seeing the difference, seeing what's going on, seeing the results of them educating your children for 70 years, seeing the result of us voting for them, seeing the result, and still not ready to build, not ready to separate, not ready to do anything for ourselves. So whose fault is it? We keep talking about them, but we're not getting away from them to build our own. We won't even support our own businesses, each other's businesses. So whose fault is it for real? I rest my mic.
Yeah, facts, Cassandra. And that's why I want you to see a couple things, because especially this one, because I'm interested in what you have to say, because it's a couple different things. Because I know that you and the brother Maurice be on the show, and I know like y'all go to different topics, but it's like, you know, about like men and women, and we need to have more topics like that. But it's also like when we try to do the thing where black men, because like, you know, alone they ain't listening to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like and I look like them, you know what I'm saying? Like I look young like them, and they ain't listening to me. But like when we get a bunch of men, but it's hard to do that when like nobody's showing up. So I don't know if you heard about this sister here, right? She called 911 because she was having a domestic thing, right? And we know that there used to be things that we can go to, or we should, and it should be, because she called the police and then they shot her, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to see, and not all of this is going to be negative, but this is just some of the stuff that I had, and it's going to be like different conversations that we eventually going to have, because, you know, it's just a whole lot of things going on here. Yeah, what up, bro? Oh, hold on. I'm not even sharing the screen. Hold on. My bad. I'm glad I caught that. All right, here you go, Cassandra. Have you seen this, sister?
No.
All right, now this one is kind of tough, like everything going into it, because this goes into like black men, black women, or black children calling people, you know what I'm saying, domestic issues, problematic, I think leads to like problematic, that they like that word problematic, like youth, where we just want to complain that they're wilding, but not doing something to, like, you know what I'm saying, as together as a group, you know. But
Department has released the body cam footage of the shooting death of a Lancaster woman. 27-year-old Niani Finlayson was killed by a deputy after she called 911 to report that her ex-boyfriend had tried to strangle her.
And Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher is live in the newsroom with a shocking new video on this story. Michelle?
Well, David and Giovanna, a little more than 3.5 weeks ago, this fatal deputy shooting occurred. The Sheriff's Department today releasing the 911 audio and that body camera footage from the December 4th incident in the name of transparency. A warning that the footage you're going to see may be disturbing to some.
27-year-old Niani Finlayson shot and killed by an LA County Sheriff's deputy. The fatal encounter coming after she'd been the one to call them for help minutes earlier.
Yes, hello. I need the police here. This man, he won't get out of my house now.
Finlayson heard here making that frantic 911 call shortly after 6 on December the 4th, asking for help at the Cedar Ridge Apartments in Lancaster.
Yeah, I need the police here right now. No, because he won't get his hands off of me.
This body camera footage showing deputies responding to the domestic disturbance, hearing yelling from inside, then attempting to force entry into the apartment. Finlayson eventually opening the door with a large kitchen knife in her hand. You can see weapons drawn as the deputies enter the unit. The deputy in front handing her colleague a taser as they step inside and first encounter Finlayson's 9-year-old daughter.
now that's her 9-year-old daughter right there.
As they step inside and first encounter Finlayson's 9-year-old daughter. We're freezing the video because of the disturbing nature, but within a matter of seconds, as Finlayson turns towards her boyfriend with a knife in the living room, the officer with a taser draws his service weapon and opens fire, striking Finlayson multiple times.
No, you drop it! Why did you shoot?
That question.
Well, he was like, "Why did you shoot?" He dropped the taser and shot her multiple times, and the brother was like, "Why did you shoot?"
Why did you shoot?
That question, top of mind for many as the community gets a first look at the footage made public today.
All right, so Cassandra, what you think about that?
For one, why are we still calling them? You know, every time they come, somebody gonna die. It's not even gonna get arrested. Why didn't he use the taser? But why she call him? My thing is, we gotta do better. Why don't we have our own 811? Okay, why don't we have some brothers in the neighborhood that can come? We know we can't call them, and we know we don't have emergencies, right? So why don't we have our own anything so we can stop calling them? So I'm tired of hearing this right here. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired, period. Nobody wants to do anything different. We want to continue doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over without doing anything different. And we want to keep complaining. I don't feel nothing right now. I don't. I'm sorry. Because I'm tired of us doing the same stuff over and over and over. I'm tired. I'm tired. That's why I don't come on no more. What am I coming? Why am I wasting my breath? I have so much building to do. I don't have time to do a show about stupidity. Because this is on us. Because we can change this any minute. Because I've seen them fighting with their own. They'll wrestle with their own. But as soon as they get a 5-second chance to shoot a black person, they do it. They'll reach for their guns in a minute. He threw the taser down. Oh, I'm not going to taser. I'm going to shoot this. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't even use the taser. Didn't she hand him a taser? And what did he do? He threw it on the ground. I don't need your taser. I'm going to shoot her. But did he really call for him to shoot her? They was close enough to tase her. But nope, I ain't going to shoot him. I'm going to kill her. I ain't going to tase her. I'm going to kill her. And that's what he did. So why are we still calling them? And so they can investigate themselves and say, oh, yeah, he was justified. But he's never justified to shoot his own. He was never justified to shoot that 14 and 12-year-old who had a shootout with police. What was they saying? Oh, don't hurt him. Oh, but you're going to shoot mine. Whose fault is that? Here I go again. Whose fault is this? Whose fault? When y'all answer that question, we'll be ready to move forward. Whose fault is this? All right, I'll rest my mic.
Yeah. And, and that's the thing. He was like, why did you do this? Like, number one, like you said, you know what I'm saying? Like, is you already know the results is not going to be good one way or another. You know what I'm saying? When you call other people, they're not there to like whatever. Then number two, you have this little girl seeing her mom right there. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, just the whole issue between the mother. That's a whole nother topic. Why I'm not even going to get into it.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother topic. Why was y'all doing all of this in front of this baby? Right. Now this child is traumatized for the rest of her life. For one, I'm sure this is not the first fight. If you guys are that toxic, you're not meant to be together. Black folks have so much toxicity right here living in this abusive ass country that we've gone through so much trauma. We've been so traumatized by America, we just don't even know how to get free. We just keep allowing them to do stuff, allowing it every day, just allowing it. We don't have to live like this. We choose to. We could be free at any moment without harming anybody, but we don't want to do it. Why don't we want to do it? Because we suffer with PTSD, whatever you want to call it. We suffer with traumatic. What's her name? Joy DeJury call it? I probably have her last name, but she said it's what? Slave trauma? Mm-hmm. Traumatic slave syndrome. Okay. We've been traumatized. And we look for it. We feel like we don't have any other choices. We don't deserve anything else but to be murdered by police. We don't deserve anything else but to be traumatized by white folk. We don't deserve anything else but to be ignored by our own leaders. Won't even do anything for you. But we still will faithfully vote for them. Faithfully. Some of them black folk in office have been in office for 30 years and still their area looks like shit. I'm just saying. I'm tired. I'm this right here. It's not a concern of mine anymore. Because I'm tired of looking at the same stuff. When are we going to do better? When are we going to build? When are we going to separate? When are we going to buy our own land? When are we going to do anything besides trust and look for white folk to save us? And every time they come to your rescue, you end up dead. What the hell? I wouldn't even call the police for nothing. I swear I wouldn't. I wouldn't even call them if my dog ran away. Because you're going to shoot me for letting him run away. You feel me? Seriously, I'm not. I'm going to handle it myself.
Yeah. And
All right,
Ross, Ross
that's
said,
great.
turns out the girl, the little girl, tried to help her mom, and that's the importance of being able to have somebody to call, because there are going to be situations where you, like, somebody may need help. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know that you don't have any help. But like I said, like, yo, but we're gonna start, like, we're gonna have to, like, look in the mirror and, like, yo, like, whatever the hell we possess with, we're gonna have to get it out of our spirit, you know. And let me hurry up so I can show you some more positive stuff, you know, because it's not. Now, wanted to show you this. Now, this dude here, he didn't stabbed a brother and didn't get arrested or nothing. He got arrested for, like, drugs or something. And but it turns out, like, a few days ago, they finally charged the dude with a hate crime, you know. I ain't even gonna show it, but I want you to show this brother, right? Now, this brother here, this is what happened a few years ago. Now, this brother he had his own business, you know. And this white boy was trying to break in, so he shot and he killed him. But, you know, of course, they tried to charge him with murder back then, you know.
About
This is
480
the story,
plants, which comes out to approximately $1.5 million worth of marijuana.
Police say this man, 33-year-old LaRue Bratcher, shot and killed 42-year-old Daniel Hardwick as Hardwick was trying to break into this southeast Oklahoma City business. We're told Bratcher cooperated with police after they arrived on scene. Then they found out what his business was.
They later discovered that this was a marijuana grow, that's what the business was. Further checking determined that the man did not have a license to grow marijuana in Oklahoma.
After finding the almost...
Now, what he's saying is not necessarily true. Like, the brother was, like, and like his, like, just about to have it clear type stuff, and that's why he was even at the place to get it ready for, like, whatever he had to do. And then he saw the dude breaking in, so they tried to be like, oh yeah, well, you know, he was doing this anyway, so we're gonna charge him with murder in this, you know.
500 plants since to grow.
Booked into the Oklahoma County Jail.
All right.
Set at 5,000.
So anyway, I had other stuff to show, like, because it showed, like, and like this brother. But anyway, so he took a Alfred plea for that, but they were still trying to charge him with, like, assault or something like that. I forget what it was. But recently they was like, after he killed this dude, they dropped the murder charges, but just recently they dismissed this, or he beat the case or something like that. So I just wanted to show you a brother who did that, and, you know what I'm saying, and not going to jail, you know, because I know we lose hope, you know.
Well, that's good to hear that he didn't go to jail. I mean, you know, but they tried though. You think if they could have, do you think that they would have? Sure, they would have, if it would have stuck.
Yeah, they would have tried to lock him up, you know.
But let me ask you a question. If we were separated, would this happen? Would we be going through half of what we're going through if we were separated from them?
No, yeah, like, separated and prepared for, like, whatever happens, you know what I'm saying?
And able to protect ourselves. We have men, Black men, that have gone to the service that are retired. Why aren't we using them as our protectors? They know how. This is what I'm saying. We can stop this anytime we get ready. But we're not ready yet. So why aren't we ready? What are we waiting for? You don't have the weapons in yet. What are we waiting for?
Yeah. And so, yo, consider, check this one out, right? Now, I don't know if you heard about these dudes, but these young brothers in Atlanta, they call them the Water Boys. Now, they try to have, like, negative publicity about these young brothers and try to put them in a bad light, like they doing something, but they, like, you know, this is like
The
their
roadside
side of the
hustles
story.
to the viral moment.
I was probably like 7, 8 years old, and I was with 3 of my friends. I was like, we should go sell water.
Serge and Makai joined in, making it their after-school activity.
My first day when I made my first money, I was happy. Like, I just went back every day. Since then, I was addicted. Like, I ain't just left.
Go sell some water. I used to do it in front of the club. Like, it was an Atlanta thing.
How much does that one case like cost you, and then how much profit would you normally make
I
out
like
of it?
$4-5, but I be the made like 200, 300. Like I make a good profit out of water. Like if I just get one case, I might be set for the whole day. That's how I always had that mentality about water.
Ever since I just started going to that same little corner by myself. And once I just started moving, I'm like, this corner ain't making enough money for me. I'm finna go to Midtown, Buckhead, where the money be at.
They know where they come up from.
So
they
yeah,
go for what they know.
and now they got nothing but negative stuff to say about them. You know what I'm saying? But it's usually people that don't go down there. You know.
Of course, that's what they're gonna do. Of course. Now, if they was doing something negative, okay, but because it's something positive and they're black, they can always. That's to be expected. But I'm proud of these brothers. They doing something different. They make it, and I do believe that our young folk is going to make a difference. They're starting it. I see more and more young folk going into their own businesses than I do the Moses generation. And that's who's going to do it. It's going to be the young people. These old folk ain't going to do nothing. They're not. Because they're so used to things the way they are.
Yeah.
They're not going to change anything. But I'm proud of these young brothers. Look at them. They make it there. And to tell, I wouldn't even tell white folks. I wouldn't even tell nobody what we're making. Seriously. Because that's what they don't like. Because they're counting their money. No, let them make their money. They don't have no jobs for them. They didn't give them, now they give them to the immigrants. So what jobs are babies going to do? You better come up with your own job. You better come up with your own business. Because you ain't going to have no choice. By the time these immigrants come in, you're going to be unemployed. I went to Walmart, so I'll tell you the other day, and I looked and you had one register open and all of them, like 10 self-checkouts. And people are glad to check themselves out. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Why? Because they didn't train me to check myself out. They're not paying me $40 an hour to check myself out. They're not paying me anything. I'm going to check myself out, then pay you for my groceries that I just bagged. I'm not doing that. But people are so glad to. This is crazy. You're taking jobs from people and you're glad to do it for free. Are you crazy? The next time you check out yourself, think about whose job you just took and how easy it was. And it could be your job next. Just saying. I rest my mic.
No, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And yeah, I mean, and like they be like, oh yeah, these young brothers, but like you said, like these, and think about with some kind of leadership, showing them the ropes, showing them the game, showing them like whether it be to keep their mouth shut or to do such and such, you know what I'm saying? Like how much more helpful it would be with proper leadership, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They got to figure this thing out. We don't have leaders that going to tell us and encourage us to get into cybersecurity. We don't have leaders that are going to tell us to get into real estate. We don't have leaders to tell us to if you can buy up a block, buy up a block and invest with each other. We don't have leaders. We don't even have church leaders that's going to tell us this. That's the sad part about it. We got to figure this stuff out ourselves and hope that somebody, your own, will support you.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's facts, Rob. If we had taught the truth, they would have been destroyed. But we possess, like the brother was saying at the beginning. And so check this out, Cassandra. Now, this is like what those young brothers go through trying to sell water outside.
But what happens when the police shows up?
In a story you'll only see on 11 Alive, we went through the records to find out what's happening when Atlanta's so-called water boys are met with officers asking them to leave. 11 Alive's Naeem Abdullahi breaks down the interactions that range from harmless to handcuffs.
Get your mama, come on here. My money right now. Your money.
I'm telling you, I'm not asking you.
This is what it looks like when Atlanta police interact with teens.
Look at all those police too, by the
But
way.
look at what color they are. Look at what color they are. That's the sad part. We use our own against us. They use our own against us. Because they say, oh, white folk go out there, then it's going to be a racial, it'll come be racial. It's racial now. Look at this. Black folk hating on black folk, babies. That's so pathetic right there. Black folk need to show up right there at their homes and set them straight. You mean to tell me you're going to sit up there and let white supremacy use you against your own? Are you stupid? Let them shoot somebody white and see how much they be on their side then.
Oh, little white, lemonade stand by little white girl.
Exactly. Go mess with the little white girl with the lemonade stand and see what happened. Come on, I'm sure you see one out there. Because them little kids like to sell a little lemonade every now and then. Let's go mess with them I guarantee you they won't. But they didn't sick the black officers on it. Go ahead and check that out. Why would you do that? Why? That's mental illness right there, this finest. That's Willie Lynch right there.
Yeah,
I'm
and some
just
of the
saying,
stuff.
that's crazy. That pisses me off right there. It's always us. Always us. We're going to harm us. Because white folks sick. Go ahead and check that. Y'all take care of that. And what we do? They went right on out there and start harassing them babies. Boy, I tell you, this is okay. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. These is tough conversations that, but I know y'all. But the thing is, they remind me of that, like that movie "Don't Be a Menace." Like Bernie Mac when he was a cop, and he was like jacking them up. He was like, "Yo, I hate like it's something because it's black and all that." These black cops remind me of that.
But I'm reading real black conversation. What he say, gentlemen, real black gentleman. He says it's okay for the poor guy to ask for money on the off ramp. You know what I'm saying? Which is true. He can beg for money all day long, but let these brothers try to go and fill their pocket and not get in trouble. You got the officers going against them. That's pathetic on so many levels. Yeah, but but parents stand for it. Why aren't their parents complaining against those officers? Why not? Mm-hmm. But we say nothing. We do nothing because we don't care about our children. And that shows a prime example right there. How many parents stepped to those and said something? Nobody. But I rest my mic. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, and it is like homeless white dudes like on every corner, like damn near like, and the thing is like, this is like I said, this is something that has to be addressed, because like we are messed up, and like but it's a new year, what I'm saying? We got to celebrate New Year in peace, and all these years go by and it's the same song over and over and over and over. It's just crazy.
Selling water bottles on street corners.
Put your hands on your back. No. Put your hands on your back, man. Man, get on me, bro.
The first incident, a 19-year-old with a water cooler refusing to leave.
You took it to this level. Why y'all take it to the level? Let's go. Don't take me. I'm calling my sister. Don't take me. Come on. Let me go. Hey, let me go.
In the second video, a minor offers to get up and leave the street corner.
My response is a complete failure of the system.
Civil rights attorney Gerald Griggs says these types of interactions can be so damaging in the long run.
Let me go! Just let me go! Hey, I ain't right what y'all doing right now. You on my life!
This particular young person is telling the law enforcement, "You're ruining my life," and they actually are, because if he's charged with obstruction, felony obstruction, or any of the other offenses, it's going to go on his record, and then he won't be able to do other things.
Right.
And so
it could have gone left real quick too, right?
Absolutely. All it would have taken was, a struggle, some kind of way they believe that he potentially was doing violence, and it could have escalated to tasing and ultimately.
Somebody to take me to the house. I'm telling you, I just told you I could call myself.
He was trying to comply. He gave his name. He exercised his right to not have to turn it over, because again, he doesn't have to do any of that stuff. He just has to listen and respond if they arrest him.
What did you think about the bystander saying, "Stop resisting"?
Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
We as a community should not have to tell individuals how to survive a police-involved encounter. The police should be able to do that. The police should be able to de-escalate.
In Atlanta, anyone selling food or beverages needs a permit. Viral moments on social media have sparked debates about safety for commuters who get approached.
And the thing is, right, because you know how one black child represents all of black history, you know what I'm saying? Every black person that existed, you know what I'm saying? And so they're going to make it seem like, like every black child is like, because I don't know, because I'm not from Atlanta, and I really don't you know what I'm saying? Maybe there are some aggressive people like that, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think especially how they making it out to be. Of course, that's that angry black young frustration, you know what I'm saying, that they try to paint it out to be like that violent thing. And that's what they're using it as. But these youth is just trying to money selling water,
aggressively sections. Gerald Griggs says these incidents start a cycle of placing youth's names in the system, which leads to bigger problems.
If I'm gonna get a record for selling water for $1, I might as well sell something else for large amounts of money.
On my life.
Nobody wants to become a hashtag.
All right, so yeah, what did you think about that, Cassandra?
This is so disgusting on so many levels. It just makes me so mad. For what reason? What were they doing? That was so bad. Minding their business, staying out of trouble. There's no jobs in Atlanta. They're not offering our children. If you look globally, nationwide, our unemployment for our babies is down to the rain. They don't even hire our babies, right? But these young men are trying to do something positive with their lives, right? Starting entrepreneurship early, and they want to discourage that. That's all I see. And you used your own to do it. That nobody had the balls to stand up and say, no, we're not doing that. They're not hurting anything. Nobody spoke up for them babies. And they went after doing what Massa told them to, because you knew somebody had to tell them to do that.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part about it. Nobody, these grown men, these grown Black folk didn't have the nerves to stand up. And this is the problem with us and our Black babies. We hate our babies. We hate our own kids. We will do anything against them for Massa. We give them over to them every day. And we know what's going on in them schools. We know what's going on. We know that it's from school to pipeline prison, right? We know that. But what do? We still give them our babies every day. And hope and pray they don't get the result that we know they're going to get. Jail. Because they're grooming them for prison. That's the sad part about it. But like I said, whose fault is this?
Yeah.
We still not answering that question. Whose fault is it? We're in the predicament because of us right now. Because we can change this. We know they put things together, but they create the problem. We just walk in it. And the rappers, entertainers created the abusive music. We just walk in it. Now our Black women are over-sexualized. They see us as over-sexual. Why? Who created that? They did. And we just walked in it. They create all the negativity. And we just, like sheep, we walk in it. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then they step back and say, oh, look at them. Look at how they act. Well, who created it? I pass.
Yeah, that's all facts. That's all facts. And I mean, like I said, like it's so much like because these are all like things that's like serious problems, but like I said, and then even when you say discouraging, and then you have these cops, and I'm gonna go through the last couple things kind of quick because the rest of it is like, I guess I don't have to show everything, but but you see these young brothers trying to make money. You see the other brother with a business, they make it harder for you to get your license in different fields of businesses. Even with Sister Taraji P. Henson and the stuff that she was saying, and even other people trying to give backlash. But then you have people serving this country, and then you see Navy Federal. I don't know if you've seen that. They just got caught up redlining or whatever the hell they do with their discrimination. But it's like a surprise to us still. Like,
Why is it a surprise when we see this all the time? Every area that they are connected to that has anything to do with us is for our demise. Everything that they have built, everything that's connected, every area they can hurt. They try to hurt us in every area. Schools, businesses, banks. That's nothing new. They still have the red line. I remember we were trying to buy a house. They said, "Oh, we'll give you so much money, $25,000 if you buy it in this drug-infested neighborhood." Are you out of your mind? You go live there. You keep your money. I don't need it. Seriously.
Right.
But it's still redlining. But we know that, but do nothing about it. Ain't that something? And we just turn our head and act like we don't know it. Well, ain't nothing we can do about it. Well, yeah, it is a lot you can do about it. But will you do it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You still go to them for it. But like I said, it's very difficult when we look and a lot of this stuff, like if you look underneath, like a lot of this stuff come from like the trauma with the little girl and then these young brothers, and then you see older black people, older black men and women wilding out, and then they bring this trauma to you, and then there's a whole cycle, like, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my brother Black Mega. Shouts out to Highly Favorite. It's been a minute. Shouts out to Highly Favorite. Ross said, pray as we only pray until they change all things. Yeah, we'll pray until then. Yeah. But I'm gonna play a little bit of this one, right? Just, I guess.
X.com, a recent analysis found Navy Federal Credit Union had major discrepancies between the approval rates of loans to white or black applicants. The investigation found America's largest credit union rejected more than half the applications.
By the way, you have to be in the serve the country, quote unquote. That's why I never tell nobody thank you for your service. You ain't serving me, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just ain't nothing personal, but anyway, I can skip this one. All right. You have something to say about this, Cassandra?
No, I just hope people are understanding now and their eyes are being wide open, you know, because like I said, everything connected to them is for your demise. And now the covers are coming off. This is nothing new. The medical, nothing new. We all know this stuff. This is nothing new, but it'll be exposed, and we got, oh my goodness, Navy Federal, really? You really didn't know that? Have you tried to get a loan through them? I'm just saying.
Any bank, like any bank.
Any bank. Back in the day, I remember trying, and I was like, my credit was good too. But then
Exactly.
a little bit, I was like, I'm banking with y'all all this time. You can't even give me I can't remember. It was some small, I'm sure. But they said no, and I said, okay, I ain't gonna bank with you. I seriously, it matters. I'm serious. I'm not banking with you if you can't help me some kind of way.
Yeah.
But this is what we do. We accept it. We just accept it.
And that's another thing too, Cassandra, because MG2 made a good point about this when he was talking about like you know, they'd be like wealth is passed down through the home and stuff like, and having a stable home is important for children, and how even now they making apartments cost so damn much, like people is paying to get apartments, so you can't even get a house.
If you could afford an apartment, you could afford a house, because some of these apartments is higher than my house note. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? What y'all paying for it again?
It's
For
crazy.
an apartment.
They got places here that's some shit like $1,500 for like a room, like.
Exactly. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So consider, all right, so this part is kind of something different, but you know what, this preacher here, this white preacher, he said he was preaching, you know what I'm saying, and he's talking about how he feels, and they call me racist if I say it, so I'm gonna let the white dude say it so they feel comfortable with that.
Why is it so many basketball stars, black football stars, black baseball stars want a white wife?
Want a white wife.
Why?
Wait a minute for a cat. But did he ask why the white women after black men? Did he say that? Why are white women running after these black basketball stars, these millionaires? Did he ask that?
He can't, because he would know the truth of why. He already know why.
I'm
So
sorry. Go
they don't
ahead.
wanna, that's one mirror they don't want to look into.
Oh no, we can't see out that mirror. That's a one-way mirror. Go ahead.
All right, I'll let him finish preaching.
It's another defiance of God's law. It is a worldly way.
a
And then
worldly
it
way.
creeps over into the message. Tell me what's the difference in preaching against bobbed hair, painted face, shorts, all this, that, and other, being worldly, and we let this worldly means come right in.
Let these white girls in
And
the
we're afraid to
cookouts.
say one thing about it.
They ain't gonna say nothing.
And let me tell you right up front, any of you young people, you want to marry a man, you girls, don't ask me to do it, because I will not.
I totally agree.
I cannot
Totally agree.
Preach. Preach.
toward God and look these quotes in the face.
I can't look these quotes in the face. Like, how could I?
You brothers, you find a black sister, you want to marry an African or whatever more, don't ask Brother Donnie. I'll quit church. Suit yourself.
Now you know black people.
Go there, Sister Kathy, if she ain't doing it. I agree, brother.
Preach. He was preaching man. Like they didn't want to.
He
I can't say
was.
that.
Hey, Deuteronomy 7, y'all better open it up and read it. Y'all think he read it. He right. He's right, though. You know how many black people got mad at that? Was that true?
It's the Donald. Oh my
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's another stuff. They won't even let me stop it.
It's an honor to
All right, go ahead. What was you saying? My bad.
I mean, you have to understand this is true. Read it. Deuteronomy 7. Open it up and y'all read it. It's truth. You know how many black folk got mad at him for saying what he said? But it was true. He told us, don't give our children to them, over to them. It's in there. He said, because if you do, they're going to turn your hearts away from him. Read it. But you have to know who he's talking to. But see, so many people don't understand who he's talking to. They think, oh, this man is being racist. No, it's truth. Y'all might not have liked what he said, but I agree. Totally. I agree. We hurting ourselves. If he ain't never spoke truth, that right there was truth. And it's biblical. So y'all get mad if you want to. I pass.
All right. Yeah. RBG came on here. What's going on, RBG?
Oh, what's up, bro?
Not much. Yeah, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about that first thing with the where there was burning with that ash. That is, I mean, that and I mean, I know you covered some other things, but I saw that. I mean, I kind of wanted to speak on that. Like, it's amazing how people will talk about clean air, you know what I'm saying, the environment, and yet, you know, you'll hear about small qualities like that is some uncontrolled burning right there. That right there was some really stark. That looks like wildfire burning, and they know that they're doing that right next to the people, and you know they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard to like even get away because I mean, it's you know what I'm saying. There's always hope because like with the dude who might have been in a so-called illegal situation, wound up, you know, coming out in the clear because, you know what I'm saying, graces or whoever, it's not impossible for like, you know, people's in Florida to get control. Cause I swear, like, it's like, I want to say it's like they're trying to, you know, pardon the pun, smoke black people out of Florida. I want to say, I see Florida as a place where if there is a little bit more black strength and black power, you know, we talk about the South, but I feel like we ignore Florida for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Florida could be like really like a gateway back to greater blackness, you know what I'm saying, in the Caribbeans, because we're not going to do this from Detroit or from New York City or from LA, because that's even further away from Africa than Florida. Like if you see, I mean, y'all know what's going on in Florida. I mean, you know, that's just one thing I see is like, that's stark. Like they really, that was some deep, heavy smoke for just some regular industry. Now, I mean, Florida is not an incredibly huge, you know, state. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like where they do that at, like where, you know what I'm saying? They might do that in the middle of the country, in the middle of Kansas or Montana. But, you know, that's like doing that in South Carolina or doing that in Georgia. They wouldn't do nothing like that in those places. They don't, you know what I'm saying? The way that Florida is still kind of front tourish, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's still got swampish, you know what I'm saying? It's still a little rural down there. So people try to take the wild lands, especially in the inland, because, you know, all the rich folks, you know what I'm saying, take all the coastland out, you know what I'm saying, baking on them beaches. But, you know what I'm saying, they, you know, black folks, you know, in the middle, Gainesville, up in the heartland of Florida, which I think, you know what I'm saying, black people need to go, you know, and you know, reclaim some land. And just like, it's like, it's to me, it's like a race to like, you know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's a time. It's like you know, we black people, when people talk about going down south, consider Florida. I mean, I think that, you know, when we hear the politics going on in Florida, you know, I don't even get deterred by that. I think that, you know, people can have good business and good, you know, good sensibilities down in Florida. I think that a lot of that was going on, you know, in other places I think that that's just one thing. I didn't want to ramble about that. And then the other thing I really wanted to mention is about that woman who had the she said, I don't know if y'all heard this, 14 kids. I rewinded and I'll try to hear it again. She was 29 with 14 kids. And all I can think about is like, you know what I'm saying? Part of me is like the wonder of life, but at the same time is where's the rest of her family? Like, where's maybe her mother and her father, naturally any husband? Like, how does she get so many kids? What's going on? It's like I see that, and it's like that's about as when we talk about people, like when you come from that, like that's the base. What you're made of is the substance of what it is to just endure and exist. And those out of those 14 kids, knock on wood, they all survived. I mean, who knows how, you know what I'm saying, what they are doing, you know what I'm saying? I can only hope that some of them are hard businessmen, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That film was so long ago, I didn't catch the name, you know what I'm saying? Someone could research that, but there's always the silver lining to something like that. I see that and I'm thinking like the first thing that's coming to my mind is like, it's, you know, people had their way with her and she, you know what I'm saying, there's no contraception, you know what I'm saying, you conceive, and it's like, but I mean, I'm thinking like there's triplets and twins going along with it, because she said she was 29 with 14 kids. You do the math. I mean, okay, you know what I'm saying, it's like, you know, I think that if we are wise enough, and just as just because I believe that we all have a soul. I mean, my soul is not your soul, but our souls come from the same stuff. I truly do believe, right? Black people, you know what I'm saying? It's just that the things that, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to be upstanding, because if I fall in my upstandingness, then I might reach out and grab onto someone else. You know what I'm saying? And it's difficult to not like drown alone. People are, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at these things like with the cops, with the black cops in Atlanta. I mean, is there anything else that you can do with your life than to tackle that boy? There could be nothing else you could do. You really couldn't make a blind eye about that. There's nothing you could do. To me, that's like quota. That's just I have to do my job, and I'm just going to do my job because of job. I'm a job because of job. On some really, you know what I'm saying, that in their hearts, they gonna have to deal with that. Because I mean, I couldn't let a badge, a uniform, or nothing like that. There's not in no universe like that. It's not that serious to tackle people in mid broad daylight about water, just being out there, selling water. I see that you selling water, and okay, there might be 100 groups of kids selling water, and like 2 or 3 of them like using it as a decoy. Okay, and during dynamic times, you know, even kids, you know, get, you know what I'm saying, you know, get, you know, devious. They do what they do. I mean, but you don't penalize the 98 groups of kids. You know what I'm saying? A group of 3, 4, 5 kids, just, you know what I'm saying, just out there. You see what they do. They're right there. You know, I'm just going to pass the mic. That's all.
All right. So, so let me do this, because there's a couple more things, like, but they kind of quick. But so I want to, so we don't be on here super long, right? So, you know, I was showing you the joint with the preacher, but I wanted to show you a couple other things, because I ain't even gonna go into this thing, but I wanted to show you like what this little kid, you know, just kind of the physical manifestation, you know what I'm saying, of like where we at now. This brother with a kid, and I didn't want to show this dude video, but I couldn't find the video nowhere else. So
God made me. Because that's how God made me.
Why is mommy so white?
Because I'm this black child. He is asking his father, why are you so black? What?
Why are you so black?
Now, I want you to think about that question, because we're going to have to break some of this down.
Think about it being growing up and living in this country.
See, I wanted to play
Now
the
his
whole
father
video.
responds with, "That's how God made me."
Because that's how God made me.
Why is mommy so white?
Because that's how God made mommy. What's all this question?
The son asks, "Hey, why is mommy so white?" Father responds, "Well, that's how God made her." He then goes on to say oh my God, this was beyond painful to hear this come out of a child so young. It's painful to hear anyone say this, but to know that they are being led down a certain negative direction, a very self-hatred direction, that's what, that's what takes it.
That's why I mix.
Yeah, you got best of both worlds, honey.
Oh, wow.
Why?
He's confused about
I'm
his.
glad I'm not as black as you.
And to add insult to injury, right? To add insult to injury, guess what the father says? The father goes on and responds to that, to what his son said, as, "Well, I'm not even all that black."
Bro, I'm not even all that black. Relax.
Bro.
Oh, wow.
What do you say?
Okay, real quick, because I have to show you this one. This is only 1 minute, considering that I want to hear what you have to say about both of these situations. Because this one was kind of crazy to me. Like, you see the father. I wish I could have just had the video without his interruptions and stuff. But watch this.
It was sitting a certain
Said
way.
her
Now
mom
they
can't
done
tolerate her
showed
hair
up,
for
you gotta
2 days.
style it a little bit. It is styled. It really isn't.
It really is. Watch.
No.
Styled. My hair is done. My hair is
It's
done.
not done.
How's my hair not done?
You need to put like a little part or something in it. Like a part. Put a part.
A part.
Yeah, I'll show you. Like, or put like a pin here. Or something.
Girl,
Like,
no.
not there,
Girl.
but no. Let me see. Or bring both sides up.
Who's
That's
for
so cute.
a mohawk?
That's not a mohawk. Just put it like that. That's cute. It is. Or one side up. That's cute.
So is this.
It's so massive.
Oh, well, you consider. So, what do you think about that?
Oh Lord, I'm looking at a lot of brainwashing here. This is what happens here. I go again. What you allowing people that don't look like you educating your babies, educate you. So the mom has this straight wig on, probably, or a perm or relax or whatever. And she's looking at the daughter and she's judging the daughter. But the daughter is right. She is her natural curls. So you are the mom who's wearing a wig, white, long, whatever. And you have a daughter that's looking her natural self, and you have the nerves to say something about her hair when you got on the wig of a white woman. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. That's just like, what are you saying? What is the problem? And even with the little boy, this is why we don't date them. Now you got a confused little boy there that don't even want to be black. Don't even want to be nearly the color his dad is. And what do you think is going on there? You think somebody in her family has said something, or he heard her family say something about his black daddy? Let's go deeper with that.
Probably the mama.
Okay. Okay. Even with that. But you think it's okay to date people that don't look like you. That's why he told us don't do it. Because now you got a whole bunch of confusion with this little boy. He don't even like black folk. Because I guarantee you he's heard his mom say something very negative about the daddy.
Not necessarily.
You understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand where'd that come from. So out of the blue, he just go, "Ooh, daddy, you just black. You just the Lord." Where'd that come from? Let's dig deep on that. Where did it come from? Somebody, somewhere, he's heard something. So I rest my mic. I'm gonna let you hear. You go ahead and tell me what y'all think.
Hi, go ahead, RBG. And you know, not too long, but you know, cause so we can wrap it up.
All right. I'll say this. I've seen something that gets to me. I'm gonna say this. It gets to me like, like you say, I'm a quote you, good brother. Like, it takes a black man and a black woman to make a black baby. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'll see people out here, you know what I'm saying, on this internet and whatnot. They'll sit here and you'll say one way or another, you know what I'm saying, if you a black man, it don't matter, you'll make a black baby. Now, I think you know about Muhammad Ali, right? And his grandson. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've seen Muhammad Ali's one of Muhammad Ali's grandsons, he passes for white. I know of a black man who was a grandfather, and his grandson is blonde-haired, very light-eyed. You know what I'm saying? Just look, very, very fair-skinned. 2 generations is all it takes. Oh, that whole like light skin phase, yeah, that's cute when you look at your son. But then when your son, you know what I'm saying, makes up with another white girl, that quadroon now, you know what I'm saying, what is that gonna be, an octoroon? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the quadroon.
It's gonna be white.
The baby's gonna be mulatto. Now you got the, you know what I'm saying? And was he gonna play the Sean King? And he gonna be like, yeah, I'm black, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm black. You're gonna be hard. You're gonna be harder black than you. It is one of those things, man. I'm not here to dick police. I just sit here and say that, look, don't, you know what I'm saying? The only dick police I have to do is with sodomy. That shit should be, you know what I'm saying, on site. If you see some shit like that, go ahead and like finish that. There's no reason. That's disgusting. You spreading disease amongst the people by doing that straight up. But like, I you know what I'm saying? Like, look, it is what it is. Like, if you get it is what it is confusion, man. And on a level. Now, again, people's people, you know what I'm saying? Hearts is hearts, you know what I'm saying? Confusion is confusion too. So it's like that shit's case by case, honestly. But we know how that shit trends, you know what I'm saying? So like that shit bugs me. That's what I have to say. I ain't gonna.
It ain't no damn case by case, bro. You can't. You ain't no love who you love. You don't just love somebody without taking the time to go through it and doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, okay, how about this? I'm okay. What about these mulattoes who wind up being raised by their mama, and who wind up being in who their black mother, and who wind up being involved in black culture enough to a degree, and wind up dating black people? What about that? What about those? Do you think that, you know what I'm saying? Do you think? I mean, I'm just saying, like, these are real situations.
I don't want to excuse the mama.
Where are your feelings about those people?
The problem is the mama, and I don't blame the child. The mama. Well, I'm not gonna go on this topic though, but it ain't no say, because the kid is just the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most of the time it comes from that because they possess. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you. Ain't no damn love is love, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna just love, like, you don't just love people, you know what I'm saying, just because you might think they're pretty or something. You don't even know them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an effort, a conscious effort to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now, you can do what you want, but I blame the parent, you know what I'm saying? Just like this mom here, or just like the dad, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, I ain't that black. That's the mentality. Like, he might not think that, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But even like this mom here, like, and how she look, and she can't stand to see a fro, you know what I'm saying? Like, because look, I was gonna talk about this mulatto thing, because it's dual alliances, because then you're gonna be like, yo, when it goes down to it, whose side you gonna be on, the mama or your daddy? And how could you make a kid do that? And if they be like, I'm with this person, I killed my mama, how could I trust you then if you kill your own mama? Why would I have you around me then? You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Is a whole nother thing. But I'm gonna skip the mulatto conversation, all right? Because we could have had that. I was gonna troll them too, you know what I'm saying? But
that mulatto conversation needs to be had, not here, but it does need to be had, because you have a lot of those children who have those white parents who grew up around them, don't even like black people, and a lot of times have a hard time with themselves, because they know that they don't look like their mom, and they look, you know what I'm saying? So they have a lot of personal issues themselves, because how do you grow up in a house and you hear your mom or her side of the family who's white talking about black people, and you're sitting there, a whole black individual, with some black blood and all that, how do you really grow up to love yourself? So that conversation needs to be had. We won't have it, like you said, tonight, but I do believe that it needs to be had.
Yeah, because I was gonna have it today, but it would take way too long. You know what I'm saying? But
That's a deep conversation too.
Right. All right. So we're gonna like y'all. I just found this one kind of funny because black people gonna be like talk about Civil War and all that stuff and explain it. I found it funny, like how she had to walk it
Always
back.
the case. We know the Civil War was about slavery, but it was also more than that.
I just found that part funny, but I want you to hear this conversation here. Now she's gonna be surprised here, and with her white friend, her white colleague, that she's surprised that he is who he is. One of those white liberals.
Haley framed. She said, "Well, this is a hard question." Like,
Yes, they have mixed alliances.
Why don't you?
Matron.
It actually was an easy question. It's an easy question in a country, in a world, and in a political environment where you can say honest historical facts about the things that happened in American history. Honest historical facts about the war that took more American lives than any war in American history. But we don't live in that country. And at the same time that she's prevaricating on that stage, we have people like Christopher Rufo and Ron DeSantis who are actively trying to pull African American history, which is American history, from schools so that no one will read.
All right, so I remember that part. It's trying to their schools.
I just read into the record here about what Mississippi's secession document actually says.
Nobody is trying to stop you from reading about Mississippi's succession
Like
document.
they literally are.
What are you? No, the reality about the Civil War, it has been taught, is being taught, and will continue to be taught. We're not like it's not Confederates planning our school books. I'm surprised you have this. It sounds, the North did you could say that was fine. They needed to do that. And this was necessary to end the institution of slavery, which is horrible. The totally destroying the Confederate armed forces, killing and capturing their leaders. That's fine. That's what we did. We can't examine. I think it's fine to wonder if that was the greatest course of action or the ideal way to bring about the end of slavery, particularly because the North invented the draft and the purpose of doing it, which is, in my view, also a form of slavery, that then persisted for another 100 years.
So, and by the way, so he would have been one of those white dudes yeah, I'm not going to war for these damn Negroes, but he's,
Forcing people to go die in warfare is the most objectionable thing I could possibly think of.
Weird. I think 400 years of chattel slavery having ritualized.
If the government can make you die, if they can make you die,
slave owners can kill their slaves didn't kill their slaves.
I'm saying this is a form of slavery. I'm not saying slavery is not slavery.
You just said that the draft is the worst thing that you could think of, and we're having a conversation about chattel slavery.
If the government can make you go die on a foreign battlefield, you don't own yourself in any conceivable way. So that's why I don't romanticize the North's actions.
You have a right to get married if you're in a war. If you're drafted, you have a right to keep your own children, not have them literally sold away from you as property. You have a right to wages for your labor. You had a right to a GI Bill.
One kind of slavery is the right way to get.
Robbie, you can make your point without making a comparison between the draft and chattel slavery, which was a multi-generational pogrom against millions of Africans who were brought across the Atlantic and kept for hundreds of years without a single right in the land.
Very bad. Shouldn't have done any of it. Should not have enslaved people in the course.
My bad. Shouldn't have enslaved y'all. My bad. Yo, consider you want to say something or because this is one last thing I just wanted to show you, and then it's positive go off.
I don't even know what to say to that conversation. I just don't even know what to say. I don't. I'm gonna pass on this one. I just don't. I don't know what to say. So have at it. I rest.
Yeah. And by the way, before you go, RBG, speaking of Florida, right? A toddler was just put in handcuffs in Florida because he was talking about the Black History thing. So the Black History they do teach you, like Rosa Parks, you know what I'm saying? Now we're not gonna go into all of that politics, but they put a baby, a 2-year-old, in handcuffs to imitate Rosa Parks.
Park store fingerprint.
Daughter's face
in Florida.
Within 30 minutes of seeing the photos, the parents pulled their daughter out of the school. She'd never return. Bree, the mom, said she spoke with the school's director when she got there.
She goes on to say, well,
You know, the teacher, she's not from America, so she doesn't understand the true context behind Rosa Parks and the
Probably a
civil rights
Ukrainian
movement.
joint.
You know, nothing to the teacher. She was a sweetheart. It goes back to what you
Nothing to the teacher. She was a sweetheart. That's what's going on down in Florida, RBG, with the
This is why people need just mob up in Florida. Look, we got to crash the board down in Florida because they're gonna just do all the little things, and it'll be under the guise of like states' rights and like individual freedom. But what winds up happening is that freedom winds up being the freedom from, and the from is going to be black people. In the things that they feel like black people see. Again, this right here. They're gonna sit here and say the teacher didn't know nothing about nothing. So you mean back in your culture, people being hemmed up is like something that you really want to like to a child. We're gonna sit here and demonstrate to this. You see what I'm saying? And like they said, the kid, they pulled them out within 30 minutes. There's no way. And 30 minutes exact out. As soon as you heard out. Because that's not this again. Why are they make you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm gonna like that's like with the where the students was like reenacting the slavery and trying to say that all that where they just bastardize slavery and make the black kid in the room the representation of the antebellum period. That again, I mean, yeah, it's ugly. That's I mean, you can't do it again. You can't. There's so much. You gotta have family. You gotta have family, and I mean, a lot of this has to do with the fact that it's difficult to like have our culture in such a way that we are not worried so much about the money, so that we can have time to worry about the culture. And that just comes back to, raising, daycare. I mean, it's our whole, and part of it is it's difficult. I mean, we were independent until we weren't. Most of us were all independent until some of us decided to be dependent, and then more of us decided to be dependent, and then more of us decided to be dependent. And then when about half of us decided to be dependent, then the white man said, well, the rest of y'all need to be dependent with us. That's how that worked. And then out of those 50%, you know what I'm saying, we are slowly being integrated, and we're still fighting. It's just difficult to get those initial 10 and 20% that live amongst us to be like, y'all, like those are the people who are the cops. Those are the people who are holding down the system to make. I don't want to run off the rails. This is disgusting, and the school should be. Oh God, black people need to get their kids out of daycare. I mean, daycare is not it. I mean, you need to go to oh jeez. I mean, we know what we need to do. We need to teach our own babies. We need to teach ourselves in order, learn the world around us at all times and constantly be humble that we don't necessarily know as much as we think we know. And we can learn something every day because Lord knows how we're going to teach the next generation, the next days after us. And we don't think that there's something more to be learned. I'm going to pass the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. And yeah, I agree. Yeah, probably like 3 black women hanging. NAACP had a warning. But yeah, consider it. And then the mom was like, yeah, the teacher is a sweetheart after all that, I don't know if you want to say something.
I don't even know what to say. Oh my God. Are we tired of this yet? Let me know. We don't find anything. This is totally not disgusting. I'm just saying, are we tired of any of this? We see this all day, every day, and we still don't make arrangements to educate our own. What did Malcolm X say? Let's go back to that. Only a fool would allow their enemies to educate their children. Only a fool. And we sure look like fools right about now because we've been allowing it and we're not even looking like we're trying to stop. Don't even look like we're trying to get close to stopping or taking our children away from them. This is how I know we don't like our children. Because if we did, we would see the difference and see these schools are not good for our children. We still don't know how dangerous they are, but we're going to have people talking about love is love. Really? These are the same people that used to burn your ancestors alive. These are their children, their grandchildren. But love is love when he told us not to mix and mingle with them. But we are so brainwashed, we don't even understand that these people are dangerous. These are the same women that you went to jail for marrying. You died for marrying. But now all of a sudden, look at this. Now all of a sudden they're giving you their women. You don't see nothing wrong with that. And we're just going along with it. Come on, we can't be that dumb. These people are dangerous. And we give them our children every day. I'm gonna keep saying it until we wake up, till we understand it. These are dangerous people. But love is love. Have at it. I rest my mic.
Yeah, those of you who say that, I would say that I hope she took a bath today. That's all I can say, you know.
Or wash her hands. Huh?
I know she ain't wash her legs and nothing like that, so at least wash her hands. I was gonna show this young sister here too, right? Where the sister took off because they were like her hair, they like, you know, and then this is not the first time. This happened in Colorado, but this one happened in Maryland. Why everybody was enjoying their New Year's and stuff like that, you know. And I'm not even gonna show that, you know. I want to show you this video because even what this brother said, and I don't think he's like a weak brother or nothing, and even my weakness about what has to be done. I don't know if you saw this video with this Amazon driver, right?
She's making deliveries in this building,
this
and
old
you
white chick
physically assaulted by an old white lady, an old white Karen, while another.
Damn, hold on. Now, even his commentary, it just gives where we are, and even my commentary would probably give, because the truth is we don't want to hear the truth.
Thief? Excuse me, don't touch me. No. Don't touch me. Excuse me. Let me. Excuse me. Please don't touch me. Don't touch me. If you literally touching me. Don't get security. Okay, yeah, do that, please, because she's harassing me.
So the other old white chick, like, I'm gonna get security. No, I'm calling them on you.
Thank you. Please call
She thinks you're
security.
helping her.
Thank you. Please call security. Excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
She's attacking me.
Please
She's attacking.
Physically attacking her.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
All right, so
You punched this lady in her face.
now even this brother, because now for me, like, I would say, like, now they gonna have to hit the floor one way or another. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, oh, get off me, I have fear for my life, kind of thing. But listen to what this brother
You
said.
got to remember too, if you hit that lady, especially if you're a man or you're somebody who's physically strong, she may check out, man. Yeah, I know she put her hands on
might.
the young lady. But what would you do? Because you know, if you punch this lady in her face, in her jaw, you do what you really want to do, what all of us would really, you know what I mean? What we want to do in the heat of the moment right there. That lady will fall down, man, and you probably have to catch her and hope that she don't hit her head, man.
What?
I mean, what would you do? What would you?
Now, look, for me, because what I'm about to say is not even the right answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when she's on me, I'm like, yo, get off me. And if she falls, she falls. Now, I'm not even going to give you the right answer of what I would just say she would get what she's asking for. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't, I'm saying for myself, it's not for anybody else, anybody affiliated or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that's like what it is, you know, because think about it, like, consider they used to cut the babies, pregnant women and the baby, and stomp the baby's head because they understood what time it is. And we don't understand what time it is. We just
Really
want to be
don't.
comfortable.
We really don't understand. This right here, for one, it was too much conversation. I don't even entertain. I've never had, thank God, an incident like this. But you know what I'm saying? I think they do that to certain people. They don't even approach me. They don't even approach me. I've never had one of these incidences or a Karen stand behind my car telling me I'm not letting you leave. No, I'm just saying. I don't have these incidences. I'm just saying. And for one, we talk too much. Why are you explaining to them? We grown folk. You don't have to answer any of their questions. Just keep walking. And she happens to get in the way and falls on the floor while you're walking away from her, then that's on her. Because I'm just walking away. I'm walking. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to keep walking. Plain and simple. I'm not going to, excuse me, the hell to the no. Excuse what? I'm going to just keep on my way. I don't have to explain to you. I don't have to say nothing to you. But if you get in my way while I'm walking, I don't know what to tell you. I feel sorry for you. Oh, you feel? Wow, what happened?
You broke your hip? Oops.
I'm just saying, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Are we freaking scared now to even defend ourselves? You got the whole thing on camera. I don't give a dang gone. Move. I'm not explaining myself to you. I'm a grown woman. Why am I explaining to you? You should know better than to touch anybody. That's not her, excuse me, that's not her child. Why does she have to stop and tell you what her job is? Are you her supervisor? You ain't paying that young woman. You're not paying that young lady. So why is all that conversation coming out of her mouth? Don't touch me. No, she shouldn't even have to say that. Plow through and keep going. Get on your truck and keep about your business. You have to explain to them what you're doing. I pass.
Nah, yeah, that's a fact. I agree
Ridiculous. They just getting out of hand because black folk let them. Again, whose fault is this, people, family? Whose fault is this? Why is it at this level? What is it about us, and why is it at this level? That's my question. It ain't always been at this level.
with you.
They got you so scared because you may get suspended, huh? Remember in high school? Whatever. You're getting suspended, both of them, because, oh, you broke my nose and I hit back, so I'm suspended too. Remember the black girl? The little white boy hit her and broke her nose, and she swung back, and now she's suspended, but her nose is broke. Come on, come on. What are we doing here? I rest.
And like you said, who fault is it? But yeah, I mean, that's just what it is. And then and RBG, I forgot what I was gonna say. But go ahead.
I ain't got nothing to say. I mean, that's wild. I mean, just another Karen trying to be Wonder Woman. That's all.
Oh yeah. And yeah, like I said, sometimes it is what it is. And this brother on here, I don't think he's like weak or nothing like that. I wouldn't call him or no names or nothing like that. And I think he like
what do you call it then, forecast? What do you call it for real?
That was a moment of it was a moment of weakness.
It was a whole I'm scared and break her. Tell me what to call that. I don't understand. What else is there to call it?
That's true. I mean,
what do you just let her? What do? You just what?
Yeah, you say you got to catch her and all that.
That's crazy.
And that's what I'm saying, because this is like one of the brothers who I wouldn't say that about, and even he says that. Even what I say, because I'm like, yo, I just get her off of me. But like in actuality, like when we didn't start this war, but like people don't want to talk about what war is, And
we don't want to hold this real conversation. This is we don't ever talk about the real truth. We never go there. We never go there. This is a hush hush, I don't know what I would do. I would keep walking. If you happen to get in my way, oh well. And I'm gonna keep on walking. I don't care if you laying on, keep walking. I'm doing my job, minding my business, and I'm gonna get on my truck and I'm gonna drive off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna keep walking. And if you happen to get in my way and fall on the floor, that's your problem, not mine. Because I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I would definitely just keep it pushing, just like get the stiff arm, the stiff shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like it be what look. It's what it is. If you know what you're trying to doing too much. You doing too much. It is what it handle my. I'm on my business.
And not if you touch anybody. I just kept walking. What are you talking about? When did I hit? I didn't push. I didn't hit. I just kept walking. I'm doing my job. You happen to just get in the way. Plow you, and I'm on my job. I'm doing what I need to do, get in my truck and keep on my deliveries, period. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I was walking.
All
Didn't
right.
even know I didn't even know she was on the floor.
Yeah, the whole pulling out the camera. I mean, it should have never even been like a camera incident. You know what I'm saying? Like pulling out cameras, I think it's like that's some new stuff. Like that's something that
We don't even
you should
defend
pull out the
anything.
camera in the aftermath. You know what I'm saying?
You got the whole incident. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. I'm not doing all that talking. I'm not doing all that. I'm going to continue walking, and I'm going to my truck. And whatever gets in the way, you know how you just push stuff out the way? You know, I'm walking with my whole body. And like he said, with his shoulders, just stiff as I want to be. But I'm going to keep walking. And I'm not acknowledging nothing. Because I didn't hear you. I didn't see you. I just was walking and doing my job. That's what I was there to do. And that's what I did. I don't know what happened. Whatever.
Yeah. And yo, I actually thought it was more positive stuff throughout this, but it turned out to be all negative. But this is something positive. So because I saved for sure positive stuff. I thought it was some other stuff was positive, but it wasn't. But this is for sure positive to go out. Now I remember the beginning, but now check out this brother here, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, this white boy on this chick's porch, and also how she's prepared in this thing, but this brother went out there to make sure that she was good, you know.
What you looking for, bro? Yeah. What you looking for, bro? You don't live there. Huh? You don't live there. What you talking about, buddy? I know who it is. It's a woman that live there, bro. Ain't no dudes live there. Buddy, I lost my key. That's what I did, buddy. Bro, you don't have to move around, big homie. The what? You don't live there, bro. You don't live there, bro. You need to move around, bro. Okay, I'm gonna come around right now, dog. Huh? I'm coming around right now, dog. All right, now you gotta move around, bro. You don't even live there, bro. Okay, the contract right now. Bro. I'm gonna let you know. Hey, I'm gonna let you make the choice, bro. Why? Because you don't live there. Get out them people's door, bro. That's my house, buddy. That's not your house. That's my house right there. That's not your house, big homie. Oh, man. All right. Huh? That's not where you live at, big homie. Okay, figure it out real quick, buddy.
But I'm telling you now, I got a gun, so this ain't your.
Ma'am, I'm trying to tell you something. Trying to break in my door, and I'm trying to tell you.
But you at my house, and I have a gun.
Okay,
so you at my house, I have a gun.
Man, 7921.
This is not 7921. I'm telling you now, I have a gun.
Okay.
Get shot, you better get away from me.
Okay. I'm not even.
Let me ask you a question. Even with that, now she's feeling threatened, just like the woman did with the black woman at her door, and she shot through the door. Would she have gone to jail, you think?
They tried to send the brother who shot that white boy through to jail, talking about some murder.
But guess what? But they didn't do the white woman like that. See what I'm saying? My thing is, when do we protect ourselves? When do we separate and have our own justice, our own courts, our own government, own everything? Because we'll never get any justice. So if that dude there had ran up in that black woman's house, would she have been right to handle her business?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Now.
We always have to get the lick first. You know, we always got to get hit, knocked down, ran over, teeth knocked out. Then we can defend ourselves. And even then, we can't even run from our assailant and not get charges. Oh my God, I've had enough. I can't do this. This is crazy.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Watch this, Cassandra. This is the last one. I have to play this one though for you because you've been through this whole thing, and so you have to at least see this one. All right.
I'm not right. I ain't touching you, girl. What I look like touching you? You white. What the f I look like? I'm black.
You're a great mom.
Yeah, you are too.
You want me to put her down?
Yeah, put me down.
Yeah, Cassandra, what if a white girl say that? Like, you want me to put her down?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm gonna just wait and let her make her best move. I'm not saying nothing. Do you hear me? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying a word. Just touch me. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying don't. I'm just looking at her. I'm just looking because I'm hoping that you do. Because I'm gonna handle my business because I felt threatened. That's all. That's all. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not defending. I'm saying I felt threatened. Period. I'm not gonna explain nothing to you. touch me. I may even fall on the ground. I'm just saying. But I felt threatened because you put your hands on me.
Yeah,
Enough is enough, you guys. We have got to do what we need to do because this is getting out of hand. They think that, oh, they're not going to do anything. We can do whatever to them. That's some. You ain't going to do what you want when it comes to me. Sorry.
Watch this, Cassandra. Watch this, because she was like, "You want me to put her down?"
What the I look like? I'm black.
You're a great mom.
Yeah, you are too.
You want me to put her down?
Yeah, put me down. Put me down. Tell him. Tell her.
You
put
tell
me
your
down.
kid.
Look at her teeth. She do good coke. She do good drugs.
Yeah.
What you need?
Obviously.
You need an 8-ball or something?
Do you talk a lot? Do you actually know how to fight? Or
I do. You want to fight?
I'm right here. I'm waiting.
I'm
for
right
you.
here
Let's go.
too.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Touch
Right.
me. Put your hands on me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Y'all, you got exactly what you was looking for nothing. And do you see any dent in this lady door?
22
You see
people.
Where?
I don't see it.
No. Where? Okay. Karen. She's a Karen.
She's not a Karen.
She's a Karen.
Go.
She's a Karen. That girl's crazy. Something wrong with her.
Yeah, I reported her. Just go.
Something wrong with her ass. She's crazy.
Take care of it.
Now listen to how she got knocked
Right
out.
here.
Boy, police
Ain't
rock.
nothing wrong with her car. All this could have been prevented for what?
First, she took him off to fight me. Why are mine still on?
Now she's the victim. Now she's the victim.
You smacked her phone out her hand though.
Now you're the victim. Now you're the.
Okay. Are you the aggressor? Pick what you want to be, Rick. We saw the aftermath. Hair now in an extraordinarily high bun. And she got herself
I
together.
don't know why that was so funny to me. She was like extraordinarily high bun. So yeah, that was the last one. So she did rock her after that, Cassandra.
That's sad though. And then she wanted to be the victim. And this is what they always do. They want to do what they want to do to you and don't expect you to do anything. Then they're the victims because you retaliated after they touched you, after they did what they did to you, and you defended yourself. So now you're wrong. No. You handle your business. You handle your business. They touch you. You lay their asses out. Plain and simple.
Fact. I don't know where this was. I don't know, some parking lot somewhere in America. Hopefully near you. Hopefully you be the next one. The next time they try somebody, But RBG, what you think about it? You would have been like, "Yo, all right, my bad. I'm sorry, Miss Ann. I ain't gonna do nothing to you." Or you would have been like that brother, like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do in that situation?" What you think, RBG? I'm just messing with you, by the way, bro.
Well, I mean, I kind of wanted you to play the rest of that because, like, the clip with the dude who was just out there. Yeah, that's a stand-up move. That's like when you know your people around you. That is how that works. People, it's 3:00, and someone's on call. Someone's up. Someone's paying attention around their surroundings. That couldn't have gone any other better way. Everyone was vigilant. She was vigilant. He made enough noise. He made everyone in the neighborhood should have heard him. I guess I wish you had to play the rest of it because it kind of like it seemed like he was about to, like, handle business on him. But you know what I'm saying? That's that I see.
Man,
like
hey, you can wait till next New Year's. He probably ain't gonna handle business on him like that. That was the business that he handled.
Okay, I mean, it's good. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how a black neighborhood should be. When you never know when. I mean, it could have been a hard robbery, and some of the things, like, you know what I'm saying. It's just, you know what I'm saying, and just it's always good to be vigilant. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lesson that to be vigilant. If you up and about, you feel here bump in the night. You know what I'm saying? Go out and look and check up on your people. That's all.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I'm just saying though, I'm not even gonna go there on this one, all right? Because y'all already think I'm racist already, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of stuff you're gonna have to look in the mirror and face reality, because it is good that brother went out there, But there's a reason why you be like, oh, I ain't going to no damn sundown town. And they can be like, show up drunk at 3 a.m. and then you can threaten them with a gun and they laugh in your face because they know nothing is going to happen. Because we just want to celebrate the new year because we are straight possessed, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to have to look in the mirror and get that out of us because, like, when the sister really is in trouble, because that kind of stuff happens. There's crazy dudes, there's crazy women, and sometimes you got to call help. But if brothers ain't going to help, like, what the hell are you going to do? Like, and then the young people, you talk about how crazy they are, but then you ain't going to deal with why they are like they are. And then how could you love anybody if you don't even love yourself? So how could you dare say love is love? You don't even know what self-love is. You know what I'm saying? How could we be united with anybody else if we can't even be united as Black people anywhere? You know what I'm saying? We can be divided by anything in the world, especially white bitches. You know what I'm saying? So, and they are but that's a whole nother thing.
Well, I will say, I'm not going to say love is love. Lust is lust. But I didn't say nothing about love. Please, I mean, please don't do that. That's not, because I feel like when you say it diminishes what I was trying to say. But I know where you're coming from. But like me, this is how it is out here. I can't sit here and police how people are fornicating. That's people
RBG,
have tried in Lord knows.
Listen though, RBG, you have to listen. Though,
I know
right?
what I can control.
When you say all right, when you say that, right? You like curiosity killed the cat, but lust done way worse things to do than, you know what I'm saying, than curiosity.
Exactly. And I'm saying what it is. That's not what I'm not saying by virtue of uttering that is to validate it. I am saying that people look. It is. I mean, until when the white folks took Black women and they raped them, that's lust. Okay. When an Asian man takes a Black woman from China and what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I really wish that, you know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying, you can't dick police. All you can do is uphold yourself and educate yourself enough to the degree of understanding the sheer material worth of melanin and how you don't want to spread that thin. If you knew what you were made of, you would never do that. And yeah, that comes to making sure that people know what they're made of. It's not this Blackness is not just on the outside. It's not paint. You know what I'm saying when I say that. It's melanin's in us. It forms our lips, our nose, and the hair. It's the more of it you have, the more Black you are. The less of it you have, not a little bit of Black. I know how people say a little bit of Black makes you Black. I understand gene theory and stuff. I get that, expressions of genes. You know what I'm saying? There's like, I get that.
How does gene theory? Well, that's a whole other thing. But I know what you're saying. I don't disagree with you.
But in the ideal world, Black people and white people could never breed because we would literally be opposite species. It happens. What do you want me to say? That like that's not a real child? No, that's an actual being. Yeah. It is what it is. And it's not about calling it human or whatever. It's a hybrid. These are hybrids. They are what they are. I know what I am.
No,
look, know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying I don't think that I think it's certain nuances, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, and look, the people who's gonna do that, we definitely got to get out of here. So so that's a whole nother conversation. And like I said, that's a conversation. But like I know what you mean, like, and when I say love is love, because I know people use that as an excuse. But how could it, like, my whole point was, how could it be love? Like it's coming out of you don't even love yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just not love, you know what I'm saying? That's something different, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I would call that ignorance. People just don't know who they are.
Yeah, but that's so like you have to figure it out then, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna come tell you who you are, you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, in a way that we always have, and that just goes back to the integration thing, because like we keep telling ourselves like, yo, be Black in the 60s, be black, and then again integration pulls us away. And when we're in 2024 talking about we're Black, and there are, like I'm saying, there's people out there who's pushing if you're a Black man, all it takes, I mean, I know what you're saying. I know that, you know what I'm saying, love is not love. I mean, I'm saying people get divorced and it'll be quick, fast, in a hurry, and then you know what I'm saying, it's always a sickness about, you know what I'm saying, how these relationships always fall apart. I mean, it's, and the children, it's hard. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and like cause benefit, I would dissuade miscegenation, but I'm not going to deny that it happens. I'm not going to go out of my way again, dick police and sit here and say, you better not, or I'm going to do harm to you, or, restrict your freedom or something like that. I could ostracize you, lightweight, and shade you a touch. But I mean, besides that, I'm not going to let it phase me. All I can do is produce black babies and teach my babies to produce the blackest babies they can.
What? Okay, let's go ahead, Cassandra.
But do we really understand why this mixing is happening? Because if you know that you're not able to reproduce, and you know that you have to do something to try to save your race, you're going to encourage mixing and mingling, because you know when it's all said and done, you're getting ready to white out them babies, because all it takes is 3. So if that little baby marries a white woman, and then that baby marries another white person, you've just whited out that race. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to really think about, when they do stuff, why are they doing it, and do the opposite. But we are so, I don't know what, we just, whatever they do, we go along with it. It doesn't matter, LGBT, whatever. That wasn't who we were. But because they said it was okay for us to be dysfunctional like them, we thought it was cool. Okay, I can be a cat today if I want to. I can be a them or a they or whatever. That's not normal. That's dysfunctional. But we have to understand where all this is coming from. And that's what we're not doing. We're not understanding the bigger picture is for them to white you out so that they can survive. I pass.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell in 20 years, I'll go to the future and tell our youth, the Blasians, when they come to Africa, like, yeah, love is love. You know what I'm saying? They humans too. I'll go back in time to Haiti and tell them, oh, love is love. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll go to, you know what I'm saying? I know that, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? Like, when the first black dude, I believe it was a dude that seen the white girl in the cave and he couldn't help himself. And still to this day, the white bitch, that's what makes her the most dangerous species. Because you can't police it. You're never gonna stop black men from going after white girls. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? So what are you gonna do? But I can tell you this: a white girl cannot give birth to a black child, and a black dude does not come from the seed of a white man. You know what I'm saying? And genetically, DNA, all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. There are mulatto, a mixed person between a white and a black person, and it's not their fault, but they often come out confused because it's 2 different cultures. That best of both worlds nonsense is just nonsense to make their children feel good. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole, like I said, we'll have this conversation if y'all want to, but y'all gonna be like, I'm taking it too far,
But guess what? You're right, because we just don't fit in their dysfunctional world. We have our own. We are the salt of the earth. We are the chosen. We are the bomb and the bag of chips. You feel me? We just don't understand who we are. But once we get it, we're going to get it. All right.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, the problem is, right, like, you've seen them in the beginning, like, oh, look at the pale faces, come on in. And then, like, the Moors, they went over there, like, yeah, like, this is how you take baths. Let me pull you out of the dark ages. And today we be like, yes, sir, I'll sign up and fight your war for you.
We should have just left them alone. What are you going over there for? We already know that they don't want to mix and mingle, just like the president of what is that, Harvard School. They just got rid, she resigned, but we all know what it was about. They never wanted her over there in the first place.
Right.
But we have to understand that we don't need them. We got this. We got this. We know how to build. We built it once, we can do it again. But do we want to? We think we're going to miss something if we separate from them. I guess we think we're going to miss all this abuse that's going on with us. All this rage, anger, jealousy. We're going to miss that, huh? We're going to miss Master House. No, let that bitch burn down.
What we going to do without Miss Ann's, consider,
Lord, I'd like to try.
Yeah, it's like I and Ross said World War I is their war against and I'd be like, they be like, World War, we haven't even participated, so it could not have been a world war yet. And besides the war that they started with, and the minute that we decide that, okay, enough is enough, and we start to face our stuff, then we will be there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
we gonna win. It's on and popping. We just
right,
don't have enough faith in ourselves, but
the faith, yeah, we don't believe in ourselves. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, so y'all got any last words before we get out of here?
I appreciate this opportunity for us. I mean, another great show as usual.
Yeah, and y'all support Rome in the Bush, y'all. Y'all support what she's doing with Rome in the Bush and everything she's trying to build. You know what I'm saying? So like, isn't it like the cat, like your cash out Rome in the Bush? I think you can put it in there.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's all about building. It's time for us to do whatever your gift is. It's time for you to do it. If it's something that's been nagging at you, just start saving a little bit and do it. Plan it. I mean, this is a new year. What are we going to do different? What are we going to do different?
Facts.
Keep building foundation and doing some other great things right now. And, some things I may not want to talk about right now, but it's some great things that we're doing. And another lady today, and I found another, job or place for my little inmates. I call them the inmates. That's what they are. To a job, training in construction, which is what we need to be doing, building, right? This is a whole new place, and she turned me on to a couple of other things. U-Haul, they want to work with us. So it's some great things happening. I just have not talked about them, about the foundation, because people just don't care.
Right.
They don't care because it's not them. It's not their family.
Yeah, and it could be. That's the thing. It could be.
Exactly. It could be. It could be them. It could be your family. What are you gonna do? You do jail 20 years, then you come out and can't get a job, can't live in a home. You gotta live out on the street. Why is your record not clean?
Right.
We should be having a fit about that. Why is it that we can't come out and do the same training that we got in jail? Why can't we do it on the street and make money? We can do it for 5 cents in the jail, but you can't use that same training, welding. And a lot of welding goes on. I don't know what they weld in. I think those license plates, huh? But you can't even use it outside in the real world.
Right.
Things that you were doing in jail for 5 cents.
And they make $100 an hour.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So make that make sense. And then the housing, you can't even get a house. What are we supposed to do? Live in boxes? The immigrants come here living in heated tents, get better service than our, people that's released that have served their time.
Right.
And that's ridiculous because it's on purpose. That's on purpose so that they can go back.
Yeah.
Because people get fed up with not being able to have a place to live and got to go from shelter to shelter. People get tired of that struggle.
Exactly.
Like, well, whatever. I'm giving up going back. It was easier in there. I got 3 meals. I got a cot. Yeah, you had to fight some stuff off at night, but well, hey.
Yeah. And this is yeah, and I was gonna say, and this is the thing though, Raw, like you need people to have skills, like, welders are the ones who like make the bridges and all of that. They like put it together. Like we need like doctors and like, back to when we know how to heal each other and like people to know how to make weapons and you know what I'm saying? Like take the skills that we need, and put it to ourselves,
We need that for our building of our new cities. We need that.
Right.
You need that. They did you a favor. Now use it. We have skills. Everybody has a gift. What is your gift? What are you going to do different this year? It's my question to the people that's on here that's going to hear our voice even later after the show is gone. What is your gift and what are you going to do to change your life, to change where we are? Anything? Or are we going to just keep complaining the next year, the whole 2024? Or are we going to start building? Like mind is coming together and build. Because we can stop all of this anytime we get ready. When you're ready, I'll show you how. I'll rest my mic.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree. RG, and the point is to have the right mindset. Everything is a tool or weapon to build ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? Like to make sure that we have everything that we need to protect ourselves and to like make sure that we thrive. And so RBG, you got any last words?
No, I'm you can go ahead and wrap this up.
All right, so yeah, shouts out to RBG. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it, Casidra. Shouts out to Casidra. Shouts out to Raw, a natural holistic healer. That's what's up, So shouts out to Raw in the building. Shouts out to Matron. Matron was in the building, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Matron channel and listen to her readings. Like, I learned a lot just from that. And you should listen to her RBG, because she was telling you how the what love is love got you back in 2,000 years ago. But I'm just messing with you, by the way, bro. But shouts out to Highly Favored. Shouts out to who else was in here? Bakari, Erica. Shouts out to all of y'all. I'm gonna let this brother have the last words, just for the last words. But thank all of y'all, and I appreciate y'all for listening. And we're gonna have more important conversations, like, about doing things and things that we need to do to make sure that we build. So, all right, I'm gonna let this brother have the last words here.
About demonic possession. And we have to be demonically possessed. By doing so, he is left untouched and unscathed. And therefore, our self-hatred becomes his principal means of defending himself and of maintaining himself. One of the things that frightened him most about the Ferguson case was that Ferguson's self-hatred mechanism broke down. Unlike many deaf, dumb, and blind Negroes, he knew who his enemies were. And so when he got angry and hostile, instead of going out to drink himself to death, instead of going out to smoke crack and destroy himself, instead of going out to killing someone who looked like himself, instead of going out to commit suicide and put himself in a place to be destroyed by somebody else, he went directly to the source of his frustration.
Facts. So shout out to that brother all day. And all right, so thank y'all again. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace.